Welcome to the City of Clawson's council meeting for Tuesday, July 18th. This meeting is called to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us pray. Dear Father, we ask for your direction and guidance today for the well-being of those we love, peace for those involved in wars and other crises of health and life. Grant us a grace of getting along, the grace to treat people with dignity and respect. Grant us the ability to help and reach out to others with kindness. Thank you for all you've done for us. Amen.
Amen.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Lewis.
Here.
Councilmember Harris.
Here.
Councilmember Horton.
Here.
Councilmember Olbrich.
Here.
Councilmember Woolley. Here.
The first item on the agenda, as always, is the consent agenda. There are 3 items on the consent agenda this evening. The first are approving the minutes from our last council meeting, approving the minutes from a city workshop, and reappointment of Melissa Coda to the Traffic and Safety Board.
Were we going to amend the consent agenda for the...
The recommendation from our clerk is to add it to the next agenda.
Okay. Make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as listed.
Support.
Any other comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Harris.
Yes.
Councilmember Horton.
Yes.
Councilmember Olbrich.
Yes.
Councilmember Woolley.
Yes.
Mayor Lubes.
Yes. The next item is one of the pleasurable events we have in Clawson. It's the presentation of the 2017 Summer Beautification Program Awards. This event is sponsored by our Parks and Rec Department. Our director, Kathy Leanhouse, is here today, so I would invite her up front to assist with the awards. An annual event sponsored by the Parks and Rec. There are some homes that are new to us on our award-winning list, and there are some homes that are repeaters. So we all take pride in our home. It's a lot of work with the flowers and the gardening. Some people have a green thumb, some people do not, but I would like to congratulate the winners. I'll call your names up, and please come up, and we'll stand as a group up front. So I would invite Rocco and Linda Romano, who reside on Park Drive, Joe and Paulette Ruley from Coolidge, Rod Wright, Batchawana, Frank and Elaine Piercy on Nakota, and Gary and Sue Stachel on Shenandoah. So you can see each of our winners will be able to proudly display the 2017 City of Clawson Summer Beautification Awards. I apologize, I haven't driven by all the homes yet, but now I have the list, I can do that. So one moment.
We just want to thank everybody for what they do in their yards, and thank you to the residents who call in nominations and who work hard in their yards. Just because you didn't get an award doesn't mean that we didn't drive by and take a look at your house. It's just the Parks and Rec Advisory Board goes through and they kind of rate you on a scale of 1 to 5 based on like color and all those kind of wonderful things. and you guys were our top. We had, I think, just over 30 houses nominated this year, so we are very happy to have you here. And also, another winner that's not here tonight, I didn't notice if you said their name, but the Piercy's 140 Nakota. So we'll make sure that they get their award. So thank you very much.
This is the scope of what they had to do. But there is something they submitted that matches all of this.
Well, the next line item reads, consideration of a resolution appointing Michael Smith to the position of city clerk effective July 31st, 2017. So each of us are going to take a deep breath. The charter reports that council does appoint a city clerk. We haven't had to do this for many, many years. Michelle Cuckoo, our city clerk, has been employed with the city of Clawson for 35 years. And she has decided to take a well-deserved retirement after 35 years
36 and a half.
in the city. 36 and a half.
But who's counting?
And on behalf of council, we'd like to provide you with a proclamation honoring your work. You began as a co-op student. You worked in our police department, our water department, our clerk's department. You're very familiar and have a wealth of experience in all of the departments. We've noted that you have a strong belief that provides a welcoming service and good customer service, and that's the backbone of our community and our strong neighborhoods. That you've inspired leadership and fostered a collaborative environment with the different departments within the city. You are responsible for the record keeping and the election process, and you do that job very well. No one has any questions. You always know where to find things. You and your family also join the nonprofit Community Food Pantry and are very instrumental in obtaining food and helping at least 90 families out throughout the city of Clawson on a monthly basis. The city of Clawson is stronger today than it was in 1981 because of all your work. So,
Thank you.
Thank you. I do see Michelle's family here who are also going to present her with a beautiful bouquet and flowers. Her retirement is effective July 27th. So not too much longer. That's actually next week on a Thursday. "36 and a half years." So we've been her home away from home for some time.
You've been our home sometimes, too.
Yes. Absolutely. It is. It really is a big deal. It is for us. Some days it's hard to talk about. Other days it's a little easier. We've had a little bit of time to become accustomed to the idea that Michelle is retiring.
I was doing okay until I looked back and saw my family.
Yes.
And I was my daughter had asked me for some pictures, and I had pulled out the picture of when I was sworn in
Oh.
here. And my girls probably a little bit bigger than those two, standing with me when I got sworn in. So, yeah, it was a little bit emotional for me.
It is. It's a lifetime. You've spent your lifetime here. You grew up here, matured here, became an adult here, and provided a good service. So
It'll always
thank you
be my
very
home.
much. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Thank you.
George? Thank you. But knowing that Michelle leaves vacancy in an empty place here at City Hall, one of her suggestions and recommendations also was to look within, and we did. We've had Michael Smith as our deputy city clerk working in Clawson for 7 years. He's experienced at what he does an excellent job. So it was our natural choice to move forward with an appointment to the position of city clerk. Would anybody like to make a motion?
Your Honor, I move the resolution appointing Michael Smith to the position of city clerk effective July 31st, 2017 be approved.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Horton,
Yes.
Councilmember Albrecht,
Yes.
Councilmember Woolley,
Yes.
Mayor Lubes,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers.
Yes.
And at this time, Michelle will present the oath of office to Mr. Smith.
This
Bring
was a
your
little hard,
family up,
too.
Mike.
It is. You did. You managed the roll call very well. And Mike has his family with him, his wife Jennifer and 2 children.
All right.
And look, Michelle, they're about the age of your children.
Mine might have been a little bit older, but yeah. Michael, you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the state,
the Constitution of the state,
the Charter of the City of Clawson,
the Charter of the City of Clawson,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
of the office of city clerk
of the office of city
in and for the City of Clawson,
in and for the City of Clawson,
County of Oakland,
County of Oakland,
and State of Michigan,
State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Now you need to get a picture. Penny, will you come down and get a picture too?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Who's got the camera? Can you get a picture of,
Hi, Jennifer.
Congratulations.
because he can look back then at this picture.
Kodak moment.
Yeah.
I take a lot of different pictures. Just the family. No offense.
You don't know. I think so. You want one more? Oh, yeah, we didn't do that, I guess. What, with the whole council? Oh, I guess if they want to come in,
I was just
maybe
Give
stand
Michelle
behind
a
even,
Stand
behind.
We just stand here, Debbie. We're the tallest ones.
Thank you. Thanks. Since everybody's on this side, should we split? Oh, go on that side. I can go on that side.
No, you two are the honorary.
I'm in between the mayor and council.
You've been there before, haven't you?
Yeah.
And wear shorts.
All right. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
And do you want
All right. Yeah, I'm glad you did. Smart.
So that means Mike takes over now, all right?
Tom used to do that all the time.
All right, so we'll return to our regularly scheduled business. The next item is consideration of a resolution awarding the bid to the lowest qualified bidder.
Presentation first.
Oh, I'm sorry. We missed another fun event. A presentation and update by Clausen Historical Museum curator Melody Nichols.
How does one follow that?
Yes.
I don't know what to say.
More balloons.
Well, I do want to let everyone know about a really awesome event that we have coming up next month. On August 13th is a Sunday at 1 p.m. right here in, well, not in this room, but in the City Hall. We're going to have Philip Whiteloff, who is the director of the Michigan War Dog Memorial. I don't want to give away all the information. You can check them out online. But there were over 4,900 canines who served just in the Vietnam War, and dogs have served alongside soldiers in almost every single American war. And this is a very special memorial that they're creating to these companions. They're credited with saving tens of thousands of lives through the wars. And that's what he has made it his dedication to honoring these dogs. And he's going to come and bring a canine with him and give us a special presentation to explain how that works. And why they are honoring the dogs and how the dogs have served in the different ways that they have been. They have been scouts and sentries and messengers and done all kinds of different jobs. So I want to invite everybody to come out and see that. That is a completely free event. I understand it's probably suitable for the whole family. So bring your family out. It's at 1 o'clock. And then afterward, you can join us over in the museum yard. We are going to have our annual ice cream social. So we'll have ice cream treats, we'll have fun games, and we will have guided museum tours at 2:15 and 3 o'clock. And the event goes on until 4 o'clock. And that is also a free event. So just want to let everyone know about that. We'll have some flyers. So if you see these flyers around town with a picture of this beautiful dog on here with the flag, that's what this is all about. And you can check them out. Their website is mwdm.org. So they have some wonderful information and videos on there. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. It sounds like a great event. The next item is the resolution awarding the bid for a 3-year heating and cooling maintenance agreement for 7 city buildings within the city of Clausen.
Madam Mayor, I move the resolution awarding the bid to the lowest qualified bidder, Miller Bolt Mechanical, for the 3-year heating and cooling maintenance agreement for 7 city buildings within the city of Clausen for an annually billed amount of $16,664.00, and authorize AEW and Jim Albus as our building official to sign the agreement.
Support.
And the lowest bid was, there was a large difference with the other 2 bids and this bid here, so I'm pleased that we're going with Miller Bolt Mechanical. Anything else? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Albrecht?
Yes.
Councilmember Woolley? Yes. Mayor Lubes?
Yes.
Councilmember Harris?
Yes.
Councilmember Horton?
Yes.
The next item looks at a resolution to place an estimated average annual millage rate of 0.58 mils tax levy for a sidewalk improvement bond proposal on the November 7th ballot. This would mean that we would borrow an amount not to exceed $2,125,000 and issue general obligation tax bonds not to exceed 10 years. The estimated millage to be levied in 2018 is 0.28 mils. and the estimated simple average annual millage rate required to retire the bonds is 0.58 mils. So this would, Mr. Pollock, what in your report, what would the average increase be for a single residential home?
Average Clausen home was around $31 and change. That's on a $54,000 taxable value. And this, I think one of the points and one of the items council wanted to make sure of on this bond proposal was that our debt millage would continue to go down. And that's one of the things that our bond advisor is putting together a repayment schedule that would allow our bonds to continue, or our debt to continue to go down. It'll start off at 7.65 this year, and they estimate that it'll go down close to 7.4 next year, and then we'll continue to maintain at least or below that level. And I think the estimates now are showing the debt will continue to drop each year. And then in 2021 is when we get a reprieve of some paid off bonds, including the library and the North Arm drain. So that was one of the key features was to try and make sure we could get this done in 5 years and have the debt millage continue to go down.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, I move the resolution to place an estimated average annual 0.58 mils tax levy sidewalk improvement bond proposal before the electors of the City of Clausen on November 7th, 2017. Ballot be approved.
Support.
Any other comments or questions?
I do have a question. Mark, you're going to have a frequently asked question on the webpage along with all the showing that
I'll have some scenarios on as well showing, kind of some different ranges of taxpayer amounts, and then show just how, even with the new debt, there'll still be a drop in millage. So I can just kind of do
so people's
summary.
Taxes will go down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the debt millage, because we're paying debt off that we've already got in place, a lot of it is road and infrastructure, and then of course our Coon Drain bond debt is the interest we're paying each year drops, and the principal amounts maintained around the same. But as values go up, the levy that we have to issue each year to pay the debt goes down, and that was the goal of this, was to continue that trend. And we were at 7.8 last year. We're at 7.65 this year, and like I say, we'll drop probably 7.4, maybe 7.5 next year. And as values go up, our debt levy will drop. So the effect is that you'll actually be paying less overall in debt. So even though this is a 0.58 average levy, and that's estimated over the 11-year term, the overall debt millage that taxpayers are paying will continue to go down.
And we refinanced a bond,
That's
which would
coming.
save the taxpayers about.
It's a couple $100,000 in interest. So this is actually the third refunding we've done, and each one of those has saved, I think, in excess of $200,000 in interest over the term. So those all help as well. That means less we've got to levy as we pay these off.
So in the event that we're going to, I know we've been 12 years into the sidewalk program, and we're not even, 40% through?
40% after 10 years. We did 10 years of levy. We had approval for 12, but the decision was made to not levy the $25 fee this year. So on your summer tax you got now, the $25 is no longer being assessed.
With the $25, really not levying that, and now with the additional being $32, $31, really the only increase is $7, but yet their taxes will still go down, and we should have the sidewalks done in a more
in 5 years. 5 years as opposed to, if we kept going with the $25 fee, we estimated it would have taken another 17 to 20 years, because the $110,000 we were collecting each year for that program was not going very far. And we got through 40%, and a lot of that's because we were doing water main on the east side of the city as well, where one half of the street would get full sidewalks as part of the water main project. But this will repair the rest of some of the really bad condition sidewalks. And we do have a map on the website that shows the 5-year plan to get through. If we're able to go farther with the money than the map, then we will. We'll take a look at it each year, and, if it's possible to do it in 4 years, we'll do it in 4, but right now the goal is to get through 5, and I think the engineers estimate 5 years is probably a good plan.
Anything else? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Woolley?
Yes.
Mayor Lubes?
Yes.
Councilmember Harris?
Yes.
Councilmember Horton?
Yes.
Councilmember Albrecht?
Yes.
The next item is a resolution approving the redevelopment liquor license sought by Zioli Brown LLC to be located in the western half of 126 East 14 Mile Road. In English, what that means is that we have a new restaurant coming to town, a restaurant called Zioli's, which is an Italian restaurant, a family-friendly restaurant, looking also to serve beer, wine, alcohol, which is the redevelopment liquor license. Regenerations is in that building. Regenerations is downsizing, so the restaurant will be in about half the building. The plans have been submitted. The plans look marvelous. City staff are excited and welcoming regarding the new restaurant. I did see the menu. It looks delicious, and I will be excited to eat at the restaurant.
We saw the menu.
I saw the menu.
You did?
I did.
Gee. Normal spaghetti and stuff? Okay.
Who's in the packet?
So
Oh.
we do have our owners present here today. So this is Scott.
Hi, my name is Scott Brown, and thank you for your consideration today. A little bit about myself. I've been in the restaurant business for over 25 years now. I started at 14 years old as a dishwasher, and at 43 years of age today, I'm the executive chef at Lily's Seafood in downtown Royal Oak, and I've worked there for the past 13 years, where under the mentorship of Bob Morton and his brother Scott, I've learned more of the business side of things. We talked about partnership for a brief time, and now I decided I'd be better off if I went off on my own. So I started looking around, and Clawson actually was my first choice for what I feel is just a great city, family-friendly, and not necessarily bar-orientated, but just my wife loves the downtown movie night and things like that. So after looking around for a while, different sites, I met Rafael Mahmoud, and we struck this deal. So about the name Zioli's, which the restaurant will be named, that's my wife's maiden name. She's a second-generation immigrant from Italy, and her dad will be helping me construct a lot of the custom work parts of the restaurant, tabletops, things like that. So I like to call it modern Italian. So instead of the traditional photos of Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack, things like that, nothing wrong with that. I love it. I love Penny Lane on the east side, just like anybody else does. But I felt like with the new generation coming up, maybe a little bit of Italian design would work well. So this will be focused a nice, bright, open restaurant with Bianchi bicycles hanging from the top, a Vespa scooter, and just a nice, open industrial feel that caters towards all ages, from pizzas, pastas, things like that. So far the process has been great, and I look forward to the future. So I appreciate your consideration tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, you said
I'd be
you'd be
glad to
open
field them.
360 days a year.
That's
and
right.
What, until 11 or midnight?
Yeah, 11 to 11 during the week, and usually on Friday and Saturdays, I'd like to be open until midnight. If there's some paying customers, maybe a little bit later, but with the feel of the restaurant, I feel like, the business will be dwindling down by that time.
It's a restaurant, you don't want a bar.
Absolutely. The experience I've had in the past, I did work at a couple bars, but the majority of it is in restaurants that is always 75% food, 25% alcohol. That's what I'm comfortable with. I don't really want the problems that go along with places that are mainly alcohol-based. But yeah, the 360 days a year is, I don't plan on being open for any holidays. I have been doing that for the last 20 years. I don't want to do it anymore, and I don't want my employees to have to do it. I think it's important for family to be together on those days. Although I will give a place for moms to go, and Father's Day, so Super Bowl will be off. That's a business decision, though.
That's the second Father's Day.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, I move the resolution approving the redevelopment liquor license sought by Zeoli Brown LLC to be located in the western half of 126 East 14 Mile Road, located within the Clawson City Center redevelopment area, be approved for submission to the State of Michigan Liquor Control Commission.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Lubes,
Yes.
Councilmember Aris,
Yes.
Councilmember Horton,
Yes.
Councilmember Albrecht,
Yes.
Councilmember Woolley. Yes.
Thank you. Congratulations. Welcome to Clawson. The next item references Michigan Employees Retirement System, otherwise known as MERS, is conducting their 71st annual meeting, and they look for a representative from each member community. We're looking to appoint Michael Smith as the officer delegate and Jim Albus as the officer alternate to the annual meeting in Detroit, September 21st and 22nd.
Madam Mayor, I move that Michael Smith be designated as the officer delegate and Jim Albus as the officer alternate for the City of Clawson to the 71st Michigan Employee Retirement System, MERS, annual meeting to be held in Detroit, Michigan from September 21st through 22nd, 2017, and the cost incurred to be paid by the city.
Support.
We also, just as an FYI, Mike and Jim attend as our officer appointees and alternate, and Dan Yamarino and Randy Major are elected as the employee delegate and employee alternate. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Aris,
Yes.
Councilmember Horton,
Yes.
Councilmember Albrecht,
Yes.
Councilmember Woolley,
Yes.
Mayor Lubes.
Yes. Moving on towards one of our last items, looks at bills to be paid in the next 2 weeks.
Madam Mayor, let's pay the bills.
Support.
Any questions or comments on the bills? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Horton,
Yes.
Councilmember Albrecht,
Yes.
Councilmember Woolley,
Yes.
Mayor Lubes,
Yes.
Councilmember Aris.
Yes.
City Attorney's report.
Just two items, Madam Mayor. One involves property on Bauman, and we had some activity today on it. I've handed out to you an email response from the attorney based on the letter that I forwarded to him by email today. There is a game plan that is going to be worked on this, and I prefer not to disclose it, but you will be informed of it. Also, we have blight hearings, 29 High Street and 30 Florence, that are set for August the 9th. In those hearings, it's a manager hearing to determine whether the structure should be taken down, and there will be a court reporter recording the proceedings, and the building director will give testimony, as well as maybe the fire chief, to show the hazards that exist. Notices have gone out to both parties.
Are there homes, are there people living in those homes
No.
presently?
29 High is an abandoned house. It's been foreclosed, and it's been purchased, and no one's occupying it. The purchaser of that house is Mr. Toto.
Okay.
Also, on Florence, that house has been abandoned, as I recall. So another discussion occurred today with the attorney for Mr. Toto that deals with their acquisition of 5 parcels or 4 parcels in that area, the Toto building and then 2 residential parcels. And there is a discussion I encourage them to have with the development team about what they plan to do, and that they should submit the plans to us. I've known their attorney for 49 years,
But that was a property that was purchased and then the sale rescinded.
Right.
So there has been some activity in that property.
Right. They intend to go have broader horizons, but we'll find out more when we meet with them. That's it.
Is it zoned for them to be able to do that at this time, John?
Pardon?
Is it zoned for them to be able to do that at this time?
Yeah, it is.
And I do want to comment on the Bauman property. This is a home that no one has lived in for many years, and we've worked with the homeowner for many years. It's now in a state where it's a detraction to the surrounding homes and an attraction to wildlife in the area. So I love to work with people. I love people, but this is one situation that really has gone on too long.
Well, let me give you some accolades. The mayor and I met with the owner and her attorney, I think, about 3 years ago, and we came up with an understanding and agreement regarding what they would do. And the house was going to be abandoned and not lived in, but there were certain measures that they had to take. Unfortunately, that has not occurred. And you know, it's good to recognize rights that people have, but when they become a burden on the neighbors and an eyesore and an inconvenience to the neighbors, and I think you have to make a decision that's a little more drastic.
Thank you. City Manager's report.
I just had one item. I do have a due diligence call tomorrow with regarding our preliminary official statement, which is our refunding bond. I'll be honest with you, it's a very boring conversation, but it covers all the financial particulars and the preliminary official statements, what they send out prior to selling the bonds. It gives financial history of the city. It gives a breakdown of how taxes work. Again, not a real exciting document, but we have to make sure we have all the facts straight in that. So I have that call tomorrow that I will be involved in. And like I said, we've been involved in a lot of bonds, and the first one was a learning experience for me, but I guess it's a good thing that it's old hat now because we've done so many. But so that's something tomorrow that I'll be involved in. That's all I had.
Thank you. And is there any update on the recycle bins? Are we still on schedule for August?
Yeah, we are still starting the week of August 21st. They have started to deliver them in some of the communities in Sacra, but we are still scheduled to be starting the week of the 21st of August.
Okay. Thank you. Any other business?
I want to bring up that Charlevoix. You want me to do it in this one? The house in Charlevoix?
Sure.
Well, I know the mayor got an email about the house on Charlevoix in the corner. I think it backs up to the old Performance Printing. And someone has knocked the wall down. And so what's happening here is they have their driveway, they've got about that much, I'd say about a foot, that they could actually fall off into, because the driveways are kind of narrow through there. And I don't know, I'm not sure who owns the property, but whoever it is, I want it right away. I want something put up there, because it could be, someone could get hurt, because an older lady does live there, and we could have a problem there. So I don't know what we have to do to get the ball rolling on that.
Does her lot back up to a parking lot?
It comes along, the whole side of the house is the parking lot.
Okay.
Okay? So you pull it in, you'd be heading south into her driveway. And right alongside of it, there's the old brick wall that was there. It's not there anymore. But apparently I talked to the son tonight, and he said something about a young girl was practicing how to drive over there, and I guess kept hitting the wall. And now the wall's gone. So, but
Did they tell you today how long that wall's been gone?
no, I
was curious because the email didn't mention it.
just for the meeting, I stopped there, and it's not safe. Somebody you got to put something up against there, a brick wall back up there or something, which I think
Okay.
The business should do.
Okay, we'll look at that.
I'll have Jim check tomorrow. I'll have Jim Elvis take a look.
Thank you. On to new business. Tomorrow, Wednesday, July 19th, is our Come Out and Play event at Clausen Park from 1 to 3. Oakland County will be at Clausen Park with inflatables, water inflatables, many activities for kids, and it's free from 1 to 3. The following Wednesday, July 26th, you have 2 events to choose from. Our library is offering a movie at 6 o'clock, 6 to 8 o'clock, and we're having a concert in the park at Clausen City Park from 7 to 9. That concert also includes a food truck rally, so you're welcome to buy food and listen to the concert. You have to bring your own seats or blankets, but that's July 26th. Where our farmers market continues each Sunday from 9 to 1 at Clausen City Park. We're really entering the dog days of summer, our hot days. People are on vacation, so our events are outdoors, and come out and enjoy our parks. Anything else?
Well, August 12th, Main Street, we're going to shut it down, have nothing but cars from one end to the other. So come on down there, down Main Street. Clausen Lions Club is we're going to have a good time down there. And I know I believe the Eagles is going to have corn roast that day, and a lot of people are going to be doing a lot of stuff. And I want to thank all the sponsors that's helped us so far. I really appreciate it because it's it's our biggest event to give to all of our charities that this Clausen Lions does give to. So that's about it, I guess.
Thank you. Well, the floor is open for public discussion. And the floor is closed for public discussion.
Madam Mayor, I move we adjourn.
Support.
And before roll call, on behalf of Council, Michelle, thank you. This is your last council meeting then. Our next meeting isn't until August 1st, and you'll be in the sun, laying in a lawn chair, slushy in your hand.
Thinking about us, how much you're going to miss us.
I will. I'll think.
You can live stream us online. So
Somehow I think there will be screaming grandkids in your future,
I was thinking maybe you should come in for public discussion.
like in the next 5 minutes.
Maybe.
Thank you. Thank you for all you've
Thank you
done.
for everything.
Thank you very much.
thank you.
And it's roll call time.
Councilmember Albrecht.
Yes.
Councilmember Woolley.
Yes.
Mayor Lubes.
Yes.
Councilmember Harris.
Yes?
Councilmember Horton.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Your last official roll call.
It is. It's the last one.